Hello everybody, today I'm going to be talking about some interesting transfer news. I mean, there's always transfer news rumbling around here, there and everywhere, and all of it is going to be true, of course. But there's been a couple of things in here that I wanted to take a look at and get your opinions on, to see what you think there might be any interest in this, or whether you believe these are players that should be coming into the squad. And it seems to be, well, anyway, I'll come on to that in a minute. First of all, I do appreciate everyone who watches the YouTube channel or listens to the podcast, and please, if you like the show, please do consider subscribing if you're on YouTube, or follow me along if you're on the podcast. It really does help the channel to grow and to get in front of more people, which is obviously what I want to do. So thank you again if you've already subscribed. If you haven't, please do think about doing that, so that I can keep everything growing and I'm doing the best that I can. Thank you for that. First of all, I'm going to be talking about Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Now, apparently, Steve Parish has mentioned that he would be interested in bringing him back to Selhurst Park. He was on a loan spell with us for a couple of years ago for the season, and he didn't do too bad. I thought he did all right, but it seems to be a bit of a pattern at the moment that we seem to want old players to come back again, or players that previously played for Palace coming back. I mean, we've had that in the chat in the previous episode about the possibility of Aaron Wan-Bissaka coming back, and obviously we've brought back Nathaniel Klein. He's come back to the fold. Zaha's come back in the past, and so it looks as though it's going to happen again with Loftus-Cheek, or perhaps Conor Gallagher. I know that Steve Parish has said, and I'll just read this out to you here, if there's an opportunity to get him, Gallagher, or even Ruben Loftus-Cheek, then of course these are top players. And yes, they are. They are top players, and of course Ruben Loftus-Cheek scored the goal in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. It had to be, didn't it? If it was going to be anyone, it was going to be him. But anyway, he's the one who scored the goal, and he's had an okay season with Chelsea. He's played about 30 games at the moment, but he may be surplus to requirements. I mean, it could be that Thomas Tuchel gets rid of him at the end of the season, and then if he wants to come back to Crystal Palace, apparently the door is open for him, of course, depending on fees and such like. We are also, of course, in talks to hopefully either extend the loan period or have the right to buy Conor Gallagher. And I'm going to be doing a separate video on his season with us, so that you know that's going to be coming up. What do you feel, though? Do you think that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is going to be a good idea? I mean, yeah, he was okay with us during the loan spell, but is he really the player that he was back then? Is he going to bring anything to the squad that we don't already have, or that we could possibly get better? And let me know what you think about that. Okay, next up is a player which apparently, again, according to the news online, apparently Vieira has already spoken to this particular player and his agent, and that is, what's his name now? Where is he? Where's he gone? Oh, Cheick Doucoure. He's from Lens, and apparently, as I say, Vieira has met his agent and met the player himself. Apparently, there could be a £15 million bid been put in for him. Haven't really seen much of this guy, so I don't really know much about him, but everyone's saying that he's a good player, and certainly if Patrick Vieira is interested in him, then he obviously sees something in him that will be advantageous to the club and will add something to what we've already got. You know, I mean, obviously there are midfield options already available to us, and we do have a kind of a surplus of midfielders at the moment. But whether that will change in the summer, I mean, perhaps players like Schlupp, maybe he'll stay, maybe he'll go. I think Schlupp had a really good game against Leeds United. I thought he played really well, actually. And but we've got him, of course, in the midfield, who comes in a lot of the times for Conor Gallagher and things like that. We have obviously we've got Cheick, who is doing really well. MacArthur is playing really well. We've also got Will Hughes in the midfield, so you know he hasn't really had a lot of games lately. So maybe he will be the obvious replacement for James MacArthur if and when he decides to retire or move on from the club. But we've got others as well. We've got Riedewald, who's not really played that many games this season. So we have a bit of abundance of midfielders. So maybe it'll be a case of we're going to be shipping out some of those midfielders and bringing in new ones who are more adaptable, perhaps, or more in the kind of formation and the kind of play that Patrick Vieira is trying to generate at the club. It'll be interesting to see. But this guy apparently has spoken to Patrick Vieira, as has his agent. So it looks like it's quite advanced. So we'll have to wait and see whether he gets the nod and comes to Selhurst Park or not. But let me know what you think. Do you think he's a good player? And do you think that he, again, offers something we don't already have? I mean, do we already have the kind of midfielder that he would be? Maybe he's going to be a possible replacement for Gallagher if we don't get Gallagher. So we'll have to wait and see on that one as well. I think it's also important to note that Kouyaté even is he's 33, coming up to being 33 years old, which, I mean, he's still fantastic. I mean, he still puts in amazing performances for us, but he is 33, and so there's going to be a time when he's going to start slowing down, maybe not being able to play a whole season as he has done so far. So we'll have to wait and see whether what happens to him as well. Maybe he will take more of a back seat, and this guy could be the person to come in and take over his role. So we could be having Will Hughes coming in for MacArthur, and this guy coming in for Kouyaté. I keep saying Kouyaté even. So that could be a possibility as well. And that's it for today. This is just the daily update that I'm hoping to try and keep doing on the podcast and on the YouTube channel. As I said before, if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. That really does help me a huge amount. And let me know what you think in the comments to the YouTube video, or if you're listening to us as a podcast, don't forget to sign up to my Twitter, which is Players to the Core, and let me know any comments you may have on the videos on there as well. And thank you for joining me. Till next time, I'll see you later. Bye bye.